Thanks to the support as a channel member, John Howell. Well, it was at this point last year that it all went wrong. Fingers crossed it won't go wrong this time. Hello and welcome to part 25 of Rebuilding Barcelona. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have the second leg of our Champions League first knockout round game against Juventus. And I'm also going to show you the cup final. What's it called? The Copa del Rey, that cup final. Just so you can see us lift a trophy as well. I say I'm going to show you that cup final. If we beat Juventus, which we should, if we beat Juventus, we might have the next round of the Champions League before the cup final, in which case I'll show you that. But either way, you're getting two matches and hopefully happy matches. Since you were last with me, you can see we've won a couple of games, one of which was getting to the Copa del Rey final, 6-0 on aggregate over Atletico Madrid, with a very rotated side. This is the team that we played. As you can see, not exactly typical first team players, and we absolutely dominated them as we keep doing, and we beat Sevilla in the league as well. So La Liga is currently looking like this. We're 1 point clear of Real Madrid with a game in hand, looking good for 4 in a row, which will be very nice indeed. But it's not about the league today. It's about the Champions League and the Copa del Rey. Juventus are troublesome. If I remind you how we went out the Champions League last year, we ended up winning our first leg, feeling pretty comfortable going into the second leg, and then got absolutely battered by Inter. We've had our revenge on Inter. Now's our revenge. Now's our chance to get revenge on Italy as a whole and deal with Juventus as well. 0-0 from the first leg. We're feeling pretty good going into the second leg. The difference between this year and last year, of course, is we're at home in the second leg this year because we won our group. So fingers crossed, we should have enough about us to deal with them and move on into the quarterfinal of the Champions League. A Champions League that we need to win now for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, I kind of want to. Reason number 2, though, I think it's how we clear the debt. We're down to £46 million of net debt. It's about £10 million around to go through and win the Champions League from here. The difference between getting knocked out here and winning the thing is roughly the size of our current debt. So let's go win it. This is the team. Ter Stegen in goal. A back four of Grimaldo, Sula, De Ligt and Porro. De Jong, Rice and Bellingham in midfield. And then Depay and Pedri supporting Moukoko up front. We have a very strong team. We have a very strong bench. We have the set-piece wizard, Alex Grimaldo, back in the side, who's missed the last couple of matches, but he's back in today. We want another set-piece clinic. De Ligt, of course, being a former Juventus player, it would be delicious to me. The bin men are here to cheer us on. It'd be delicious for me for a set-piece clinic De Ligt hat-trick again, like we had earlier in the season against Inter when we put 6 goals past them in the group stage. Memphis finds De Ligt and he shoots from the edge of the area. He was up for a corner and didn't retreat back into his position quickly enough. And he's just knocking about, trying to score an absolute worldie. Why not? What would be the harm? Here you go. Corner from Grimaldo, number 1. He finds De Ligt. He finds the back of the net. The clinic's happening, boys and girls. That's 9 goals this season for De Ligt. He is worth every penny of that transfer fee we paid to Juventus, not just because he's the best defender in the world at this point, but because he's such a goal threat. We've had some goal threats from set pieces in our time here. Piqué scored a lot. Longley scored a lot early on. Sula, obviously, because he's so big, has scored a lot. Even Eric Garcia was close to double figures last year, and of course today lines up for Juventus. But De Ligt just seems like something else from these corners. Grimaldo to De Ligt is a cheat code, and I am enjoying it very, very much. So it's 1-0 to us. That's 1-0 on the night and 1-0 on aggregate. Of course, with Juventus being away from home, a goal here is very, very costly. But luckily, Sula and Grimaldo combine to intercept the attack. And as we approach half-time, Juventus still haven't had a shot and are offering an XG of 0 currently. Long may that continue. After a first half we've dominated in that kind of fashion, I would like to be more than 1 goal up because, as mentioned, an away goal for them, bit of a problem. But we're a lead is a lead. That'll do for now. Now let's go and add for it. Grimaldo on the left, playing it forward to Memphis, who's turning relatively slowly, but easing his way past his man. And now he's picking up some speed. Finds Jude Bellingham, who is now our joint top scorer with Nonto, as Nonto's dropped out of the team with Mokoko's arrival. Bellingham, all £115 million of him, might end up our top scorer this year. But his shot on that occasion is a little bit high and wide. And this is worryingly setting itself up for an 89th minute Juventus goal with their first shot of the match to knock us out of the tournament. Grimaldo finds Sula. We've hit the post. It's another Grimaldo corner that's causing all of the problems. For all our attacking oomph and fancy players that we've got now, we're still always most likely to score from a Grimaldo corner. We've got another corner here. It's on the wrong side for Grimaldo. It's going to be Memphis this time, but it is another in-swinger. Looking for Sula, looking for Delict. He finds Sula and his header straight into the hands of Szczesny. In goal for Juventus. 20 minutes to go. Still only 1-0. We are knocking on the door looking for a second, but for as long as we don't have it, there's always the fear that Juventus could spoil our fun. We're making a couple of changes. Papetti going to come on at right back, and we're actually... No, we're not going to... I'm toying with just dropping him a little bit deeper, but no, that's the beginning of the end. Once I start dropping deeper, it all goes wrong. Nonto's coming on for Makoko, though, to just try and liven things up a little bit up front. Makoko, after exploding with those 7 goals in his first 2 games, has been struggling for form a little bit, and Nonto might find himself back in the team on merit for the quarterfinal if we get there. Bellingham's in, and Jude Bellingham is now out on his own as our top scorer with an assist from the guy who he's just gone past. 17 goals for the season for Jude Bellingham. It's now 2-0 to Barcelona, both on the night and on aggregate. We are looking good for that quarter-final space. What a pass from Nonto as well. We brought him on to try and come on and make a difference, and make a difference he has, with a lovely little finish in there. And now we're going to... Oh, it was a pass from Nonto, not a finish. I know what I mean. We are going to take off Declan's Rice. Van Haren can come on for him and just come on and offer a little bit more energy in midfield. Probably not quite as defensively sound as Rice, but he'll run around a bit. And as the box-to-box midfielder, that's what we need, really. Get in there, run around a bit. This might be why I've turned Barcelona into a set-piece team, because my tactic, all I really want from a midfielder is the energy to run around a bit. I don't want any of this. I don't want a Busquets. I want a Declan Rice. I want you to run around a bit. Juventus still haven't had a shot in this entire match. We've talked a lot about opposition AI in this series, but for Juventus to come here at 0-0, there's Delict second for his set-piece clinic. I'm not celebrating against his former club. I like it. But Juventus haven't offered anything and haven't tried. This is what I mean about the AI. It's all well and good when it's a smaller team who are just trying to protect their goal difference, not coming and attacking. But Juventus are in the knockout rounds of the Champions League. It's 0-0 from the first leg. They go 1-0 down. They must score. Keeping it tight is irrelevant to them. They may as well attack. And for them to go through 90 minutes and not even have a shot shows that the AI just didn't put any effort into it. It's weird. I'll take it because I want to get through to the next round. I want to win this thing. We're going to go and do the draw in a second. But it is just very, very odd. Right, we just need to... I thought Jude Bellingham was with the under-21s there. That would be insane. Right, is there anyone who we need to be resting internationally? Not really. Everyone who are able to withdraw or ask for half a game is someone that would probably benefit from playing a full game, because they've not played a lot of football for us recently. Right, come on, get us to this quarter-final and semi-final draw. We want to see what our route is going to be, and also when those matches are going to be played. Yeah, I'll sort Demir with a new contract in a minute. Don't you worry. For now, we want Champions League. Was that actually Demir asking for a... It wasn't, was it? It was just recommended to offer him a new contract. Probably not the worst idea. He's become a first-team player this year. We don't want another Ansu Fati situation. And I imagine Demir has quite a low release clause. Right, quarterfinals, draw them. Still in the competition, us, Dortmund, Man City, Paris Saint-Germain, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, Real Madrid. No easy games at all in there. I guess if we had to choose, Dortmund, maybe Chelsea. Chelsea, I don't think... Yeah, Chelsea are the weakest team of the Premier League ones. But they're all hard. We're going to have to do it the hard way. We're not getting Dortmund. We're not getting Chelsea. We are at home, which is not ideal, and we're at home against Paris Saint-Germain. Messi, of course, not there anymore because he retired. And, oh, by the way, did I mention Messi's back? He retired, and we've brought him in as our head of youth development. Where is he? Probably should have led with that. Talk about burying the lead. Lionel Messi's back at Barcelona. Head of youth development, Lionel Messi. Yeah, he's back with us now, so he can hopefully tell us all about Paris Saint-Germain. But that's Paris Saint-Germain. That looks like a decent side. I think we'll take them. And then we get the semi-final draw as well. So semi-final draw is going to be Man City or Dortmund against Real Madrid or Chelsea. So all of the teams we wanted on that side of the draw. And then it's going to be us or Paris Saint-Germain against Liverpool or Manchester United. It is going to be a difficult route if we win this thing. But we have to win this thing. I want to win this thing. Right, what game are we playing next? There you go. We're actually going to play Paris Saint-Germain first leg in the second half of this episode. And then Monday's episode will be the second leg and the Copa del Rey final. It's all worked out beautifully. Well, we've had a couple of nice big wins in our in-betweeny games, leaving La Liga looking like this. I'm still 1 point clear of Real Madrid with a game in hand. Looking good there. We've qualified for next season's Champions League as well. So the board, they don't learn from the past. They've given me over £100 million transfer budget and massively increased the wage budget for next year. They know this debt's going to be gone, which means if you think we've spent a lot this year, when, just to note, we spent £367 million, only a net spend of 17 million. But yeah, if you think we spent a lot this year, can you imagine the spending that can go on next summer when the club is entirely debt-free? They don't know yet. I'm not going to be here to be a part of that. But it looks like we are looking good for 4 in a row in La Liga. So let's go try and win the Champions League. Paris Saint-Germain, as you would expect, are top of Liga, and they've won it every year of the save, as we've been winning La Liga. So they're one of the big boys. It's only France, isn't it? We should be able to beat them. This is our team. Ter Stegen in goal. Back for Baldi, Sula, De Ligt and Porro. De Jong, Rice and Bellingham in midfield. Pedri and Demir out wide with Makoko up top. We're suffering a little bit in the wide areas. Depay is injured and is going to be out for the next 12 days. Andrezinho is going to be out for the next 2 weeks as well. It probably rules both of them out for the second leg as well. It definitely rules both of them out for the second leg. So we've got to do it without our first choice players out in those wide areas. But I mean, Pedri and Demir, they're very good footballers. We should still be okay. And if we're not, we've got Nonto who can come on and play out there. Van Haren can play out there as well. We've even got, I guess, in fact, Reyes isn't available because he's not in the Champions League squad. So the only other option we'd have is Gavi. We're not going to go with Gavi. Ronaldo could play out wide if need be. Not ideal. But Demir is in, and this is a big opportunity for Demir. In fact, I never did offer him his new contract. Should probably do that at some point. But for now, let's see how he performs. Good performance here. We'll offer Demir his new contract. How's that for a deal? We are at home in the first leg. I hate being at home in the first leg. You saw last season with Inter Milan how being at home in the first leg can go wrong. Even if you think the first leg's gone quite well, it can turn on you in that second leg. So we need not just a win today, but a good win. We don't want to be going back to Paris with a big part of this job still to do against a team that we know is going to be very dangerous going forward. I mean, you just have to look at the players they've got available to them in their attack. Paris Saint-Germain are a scary prospect. They have got Kurt Zouma at the back, so there's always the chance to hit him on the break. Sergi Roberto at right back as well, which is interesting. But that has been a complete non-event of a first half. We don't want a 0-0 draw in the first leg. It's reverse land from what we have when we're away from home in the first leg. We want to win here. Otherwise, the second leg becomes very, very difficult. And although the future for Barcelona is now looking very bright with the debt gone and the huge amount of spensies that is coming up ready for next summer, doesn't do me much good when I'm already committed to leaving at the end of this season. We've got to do it now. Demir has hit the post there. I think it's been the best chance of the game so far. Goodness me, would I like to have Ansu Fati involved in this? But it's not to be. Bellingham is tired. He wasn't really fully fit going into the game. So we're going to take off Bellingham. We're going to drop Pedri back and we're going to bring Nonto on to play on that left-hand side. We've done that a few times. And I've mentioned before how my front three is going to be looking very impressive once Nonto gets fully up to speed, taking on the Memphis Depay role on the left-hand side. So Pedri can drop back into midfield. Now De Jong is broken. Oh, it's all catching up on us again. Right, Nico can come on for him, and then Rice needs to come off, so Van Haren can come on there. That's got rid of everyone who's tired. We still haven't got a goal yet. We're going to drop some encouragement. This is not ideal. We could do without having another one of these games where we dominate the match but don't score a goal. We've got two of the best Wonder Kid strikers in FM21. Arguably the two best Wonder Kid strikers in FM21 up front. and we are drawing a blank when it really, really matters. This is not part of the plan. We are going to have it all to do in that second leg that's going to be coming up on Monday. Sula managing to save us from going into that behind in the tie. Demir now playing it forward to Nonto. A goal here would be massive, but he can't keep it in. It goes well wide in the end. He's cut inside. He has a right footer playing on the left. He's cut inside, and you would back him to at least work the goalkeeper there, but he hasn't. And now it is PSG on the attack again through Sergi Roberto. I would be very, very upset if Sergi Roberto ends up being a player who is a difference maker in this tie. Oh, tell me that's offside. We're looking at the ref. That must be about to be disallowed. Are we disallowing that, ref? It's gone to VAR. Well, this is where we get the 1% time where it stands. We don't. It is disallowed. Yeah, Sergi Roberto was the first player in the save that we discarded. Not even deliberately. We weren't able to offer him a contract. He's probably looking at this team now, wondering how things have changed so much in the 3 years since he left the club when we couldn't offer him a contract. But that's not ideal. 0-0 from the first leg. We have got it all to do in Monday's episode when we'll have the second leg against PSG, the Copa del Rey final, which we should at least win the Copa del Rey on Monday. But if it all goes wrong against PSG, Monday's going to be one of the last episodes of the series. We want to go all next week. We want to, if we've got an episode this time next week, that means it's a Champions League final or a 5 years in the future, I guess, because we won't stretch it. It's a quarterfinal, semi. It'll be fine. Oh, I'm panicking. That wasn't good. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.